Hey, what's going on, guys? This is DYNASTY3890 here. We are back with another roster prediction video for this upcoming Friday, June. We're already in June 2nd. Now, I'm going to give you guys 10 guys who I think will either get upgrades or downgrades. Now, if you think I missed a player, either you can check my last week's video, which usually happens is I might be a week ahead of the San Diego studios, so check last week's video. There might be some players that you think should get an upgrade or a downgrade there. Or meet me in the comments. I'd love to talk to you guys down there as well. Now, if you are new to this channel, please do me a favor before you go any further. Hit that subscribe button if you want more MLB videos like this. I do these roster prediction videos every week. I think this is the best way you guys can make stubs this year is by figuring out who's going to get those upgrades and cash out on that. Now, also, for future videos, I might incorporate your guys' tweets. So make sure you give me a follow on Twitter, and I might tweet out next week, maybe next Monday or Tuesday. Let you guys know. I'll ask you guys who should get an upgrade or downgrade. If I agree with you, I'll put your tweet in the video. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Now, with all that junk out of the way, let's get right into this and get through those 10 players. First up here, we have Manny Machado. Now, I think he's going to get a downgrade. I'm doing a -2, maybe a -1. It's difficult because he has such great fielding that affects his overall. But for the year, he's hitting only .214. A .296 on base percentage, a .422 slugging. The slugging's not that awful, but the average is god-awful. He has 10 home runs, maybe a slight decrease in power. I think there should be a decrease in contact as well. Now, maybe only a -1 because his fielding is so good, that's what makes him a diamond. His hitting would make him a high gold. The fielding, the 92 field and 92 arm strength, that makes him a 93. That's what makes him so great. But he's just not hitting as well this year, so I think a -1 or a -2. I'm going to say a -2, just based off what they did to Miguel Cabrera last week when they gave him a -2. So I'm going to give him a -2 here, but I think he deserves a downgrade in at least contact. Next up here, we have the White Sox ace, Jose Quintana. He is struggling this year, especially compared to last year when he was so good for them. He has a .482 ERA, a whip of 1.3. His walks per 9 could go down. He's not striking guys out, but he's not a strikeout pitcher. So 64 K per 9 is fair. But bring down walks per 9, maybe bring down home runs per 9 or hits per 9 slightly based on that borderline 5 ERA and a whip of 1.3. That's not his game. So I'm doing a -2. He is now a silver card in 84 overall. Next up, we have Alex Avila, catcher for the Tigers. He's been hitting very well this year. Now, he's only played 33 games. But you know what? JD Martinez played 10 games and got an upgrade. So 33 games I think is enough for Avila. He's hitting .323 for the year. When his contacts are at 40, I think that deserves an upgrade. He has 6 home runs and a .591 slugging percentage, which is really good. I say a +3, maybe a +4, even a +5 if they really want to get crazy with the contact. I still think he'll stay a bronze though, so I'm saying a +3. He's a 78 overall. Maybe a future silver if he keeps it up. Next up, we have Ervin Santana, and I don't know what this guy needs to do to go gold. He deserves it. I'm saying he goes gold this week. +3 overall to an 85. His whip is a .84. For a starter, that's great. It's some of the best. They can definitely increase walks, hits per 9. He also has an ERA of 1.75. Now, I know the one thing that's holding him back is they use a 3-year average. And I mean, that hurts him a little bit compared because he's not doing it. He didn't do this last couple years, but a 1.75 ERA, a .84 whip deserves a gold card. I'm sorry, he deserves it. It's past Memorial Day. +3, he's an 85. Next up here, we have Dallas Keuchel. I mentioned him last week. If he was healthy, I think he goes diamond. He's healthy. He pitched pretty well his last start. I'm saying +2. Keuchel's back to a diamond. Well, like he was a diamond last year. He hasn't been a diamond this year. +290 overall. He's got a 1.81 ERA, which is slightly worse than Ervin Santana, a .88 whip, slightly worse than Santana. But what Keuchel has that Santana doesn't is a dominant year 2 years ago with a 3-year average they do to calculate their attributes. That is going to make him a diamond. He's a 90 overall, guys. Well deserving for Keuchel. He's going back to diamond. And then we also have one of his teammates here, Carlos Correa. I think he's getting a +1. Now, this is an interesting one. For the year, he's hitting .309 with 8 home runs. So, and when you look at his contact and power, the 8 home runs I think is fair. Contact, it really depends how he's hitting against lefties. Now, versus lefties, he's hitting .263 with a .289 slugging, which is not that good slugging. Not average is okay, But he has 576 slugging versus right-handed pitching. And I think that slugging is what's actually going to make him. Not the contact versus left, it's the slugging that's going to give him the upgrade. I think you give him like a +4, +5 in power versus right-handers, and that makes him an 88. So I don't think they're going to touch contact. He's not really hitting. He's hitting basically what he should versus righties and lefties, but he's hitting for authority against righties. So I say a +4, +5 in power. That gives him a +1. He's an 88 overall is Carlos Correa. Next up here, we have Chris Owens. I'm saying a +3 overall. Chris Owens will now be a silver to an 81. For the year, he's hitting .315 with 6 home runs. And versus right-handed pitching, he's hitting .315. So I think they should increase that contact versus right. He's also slugging .484 for the year, which is pretty good, so they can definitely increase power. I'm not sure if they'll increase it a lot, but increase contact a few, increase power a few, make him an 81. He is now a silver card. Next up here, we have Carlos Gonzalez, maybe one of the prettiest left-handed swings in the game right now. Unfortunately, he hasn't been hitting well this year. For the year, he's only hitting .238 versus right-handed pitchers. He always struggles against lefties. He's struggling again this year against lefties, but it's how he does versus righties with that .238 average, a .318 on base, a .385 slugging, only 4 home runs for the year. Decreased contact versus right, decreased power versus right. I'm saying -3. He's a 79, which makes him a bronze card, which is unfortunate. I do love me some Cargo. Up next, we have rookie sensation Cody Bellinger. These Dodgers keep coming up with these great rookies. And Bellinger this year has got 11 bombs. He has a .595 slugging percentage. He's 21 years old. I say give him an increase of +5. Be aggressive, San Diego Studios. Make him a silver card. 80 overall. Increase that power. Maybe have like 80 power versus right. Maybe like 62 power versus left. That makes him an 80 overall silver card. And lastly, we have Johnny Cueto. Now, I'm giving him a -1, which will make him a gold card. For the year, he has a 4.37 ERA, which that's not diamond. However, I mean, in May, he actually has been pitching better. His ERA was in the high 4s at the beginning of the month. It's like I said, it's now down to 4.37. His ERA in May was a 3.83, but that's still not diamond. That's a high. I mean, that's being generous with a high gold. I'm saying a -1 to an 89. I wouldn't be shocked if they maybe did a -2, just because he hasn't been. I mean, like I said, even if his ERA was like a 3.83, that's not a diamond pitcher. And right now it's still a 4.37. That's relatively high. His whip's not that great for him. So I'm saying a -1 to an 89 overall for Johnny Cueto. And that's going to finish the video, guys. Those are 10 players I think will get an upgrade or downgrade. Like I said, if you think I missed a guy, check out last week's video, because I did mention 10 players, 10 different players there. Also, and if you didn't see a player there or this week, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think. Maybe I'll include those in the next video as well. But drop a like, guys, on it if it did help you out. Make some stubs, and I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Take it easy. Peace.